Finally, back to an animated show. So, today we're going to be looking at Spider-Man 1981. Let's see how the wall crawlers not only jump into an 80s animated show goes, but the first time he's been animated in a show since 1970. So literally 11 years. Oh boy. In 1981, our famous wall crawler would finally return with an animated series after a decade without one. He would return so much there'd be two animated series about him on the same day, but that's more of a discussion for the next episode. Anyways, Spider-Man 81 ran from 1981 to 1982 with 26 episodes. It didn't last very long, so let's see if this is a hidden gem or a forgettable flop. To start off, visually, the show looks pretty good from just the art style alone. It looks exactly like the comics of the character that were coming out at the time. Animation is a little stiff, but given this is 1981, I'll forgive it. Weirdly like the 60s show, this series starts with Doc Ock as the first villain our wall crawler faces. Nothing really of note, because this is his one appearance in the season, but just thought it was interesting. In fact, when you watch all the episodes, you realize that pretty much every villain, like a Green Goblin, Lizard, or Mysterio, only appear once. But there is a consistent villain, but it's not a consistent villain with the Spider-Man character. Doctor Doom! Yes, I'm not kidding. Doom is like the main villain. There's an 11-episode arc about him trying to take over the world and then just dying. He's also not even the only, non-Spider-Man villain to appear. The Wizard and Magneto appear as well. Interesting to note. In terms of our representation of our wall crawler, he's pretty much spot on. He's making his funny, goofy quips, but at the same time, Peter Parker's being a depressed man who can't get a girl. Also, despite other female characters existing, Betty Brant is the only character Peter's ever seen hitting on. Odd. While I mentioned other villains appear in the show, other heroes do as well. Captain America and Namor getting crossover episodes, but there's also occasional background references and mentions to characters like the Hulk, so this is the first Spider-Man show that kinda dives into the Marvel Universe just a tad more than usual. That's pretty much all the things about characters. How about the episodes in this show? I'd say it's of a solid quality. Definitely not some of the best Spider-Man quality, we're not there yet. But I'd definitely say this is a fun show to waste time with. I mean, there's only 26 episodes. It's not a long thing to get through, trust me. But, yeah, overall, I would still say that a lot of the episodes are pretty entertaining, though the worst part about them is that all of the actual Spider-Man villains only appear once. Again, except Doctor Doom, who appears in, 11 episodes. So take that for what you will. Heck, they even made their own villain in the Stuntman, but he's literally the only one they made. All the other ones are from comics, so he was an odd exclusion. Also, the series ends in a really weird way, too. Like, after fighting the Wizard, Peter and Medusa get together. Not the ship I thought of, but okay. But all around, the show's solid. I wouldn't say it's my favorite Spider-Man show, but I wouldn't say I hate it either. Was a solid time all around. Up next, we're going to be looking at Spider-Man and his amazing friends. Oh boy.